Wellness Show, episode 318. This is the Wellness Show, and I'm here with your host, Tyson Bannigan, Laura Cool, and she's a third-generation psychic, and I guess I'm a bit of a wizard, a bit of a shaman. Anyway, we're here to answer all your questions about dowsing, energy healing, what's up in your life, and what's up on planet Earth, what's happening. It's like the whole energetic storm of energy is blowing through on planet Earth, clearing us all up, blowing all the cobwebs out of our brain. It's really an amazing time to be alive. So here we are. We're here with you for the next hour to answer any and all questions that you can bring to us. And there's many ways you can approach us. One is you can just phone in toll free, 1-866-DOWSING or 1-866-369-7464. And Laura will type that in there. And I guess we could I actually talked to Zoom about whether we could have a banner that says that. And they said, no, share your screen. And I said, well, that's not very helpful. But anyway, so we can't put it on the screen, but we'll figure out how to do that. I'll make a banner that we can then do through screen sharing maybe in the future. But it's 1-866-369-7464. You can also phone in on the WhatsApp. Internationally, that's 1-250-803-2480, which is my cell phone, which is connected to that toll-free number. And also you can come in on Zoom. The Zoom number is 601-812-135. And you can just type in your comments into wherever you're watching the show, but ideally you'll do it over at the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy Facebook page, so Laura can pick them up. So if you're on any one of the other pages watching the show, why not come over while the show is live and type in your questions at the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy Facebook page so we can get to them, okay? So we just finished doing a workshop on the vagus nerve and how to clear it and how important it is. And that was fun to do, and Laura helped co-host that. We had a small group, although many people registered. I guess that means that they'll come in and watch it later on. It will be in the Academy as an evergreen course. So if you missed that and that's something you're interested in, the vagus nerve controls all of your endocrine system, all of your, what's the word I'm trying to look for? What are all the adrenaline, what are all those?
The adrenal
hormones, yes, that's the word. I couldn't find the word, hormones. So it controls all your hormones in the body. I was trying to even find that during the workshop. What is that word? Hormones. So along with your pituitary and your thymus and your hypothalamus, it is one of the major gateways to your hormones. And when it's stuck, when it's under stress and duress, you are constantly in fight and flight. It's not a very good place to be. And in fact, in talking to my chiropractor, getting my back adjusted, he says it's the first thing that he adjusts with babies. And that is to make sure that their neck is aligned, particularly after any forceps birth that they may have had, that can misalign the lattice that then can restrict the vagus nerve. So all those hormones become unbalanced. And then the baby's in flight and fright and can't sleep. So if those are symptoms that your baby's having, maybe go to your chiropractor and maybe think about having an adjustment. Anyway, more on the vagus nerve. This is something that you like to learn how to clear. We did 3 different techniques. Head over to the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. It's $33. Sign up. That course will be active hopefully in the next 24 hours. And Laura, we're about to take this show to TV. How about that, eh?
We are, I know.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yes, we're negotiating with 2 different channels. So there you are. So I'll let you know more about that. And by the way, the one we're working with now still means you can watch the show right here in the same way, but it also means that we'll be open to another audience that will be coming in on another platform. So stay tuned for that. We should know and have feedback for the next show. Most likely that will be launching for, I think, a 12-week run in the first week of March. So we'll let you know. All right, anybody showing up?
Yes, and we have questions already
Oh, great questions. I like
our-
questions.
from our Vegas class, the Vegas nerve. Eduardo is asking. He said
Yeah.
he loved this show or the class. And what's the root cause of the weak and arthritic feeling in my left hand or arm? And he's got 3 questions. So let's just start with or 4.
Okay.
Let's just start with that one. What's the root cause of the weak and arthritic feeling in my left hand and arm?
Good question.
That's what I was feeling with his
Jaw.
with his jaw, because that vagus nerve goes up in there. And
Yeah, I would think, thank you for that. You're making me tune in. I think his jaw is out of misalignment. Now, and if you, I know one of the dentists that I go to, she actually can tell whether your jaw is, so one of the indications that your jaw is out of misalignment is it clicks. So when you move your jaw, it goes click, 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 click. It means that it's out of alignment. And what the chiropractor does is he puts on a rubber glove that goes in with one finger on one side of the jaw and the other, and he just adjusts that. I think, was he the one that was grinding his teeth or having trouble sleeping? I can't remember.
yeah, I can't remember if it was him or if it was the other gentleman that was with us.
But they're all related. So,
Yeah.
so look at getting your jaw. I would also check, and let's just see. I think that, yeah, so his atlas is out too. Now, getting your atlas adjusted in a normal chiropractic session is pretty straightforward, but there's another whole method that some people focus on that, and it's very controversial. So you could maybe Dowse that or maybe Google it and see if you can find somebody who actually adjusts that in a way that we're talking, that the atlas can be literally locked in, and it needs to be, I guess physically, I guess what we're talking about is moved up and then moved sideways. So it comes unlocked, those little burrs on the side of it, lock it into place, and that affects the mobility in your neck, therefore squeezes the way and with the pathway for the hormones to flow through your vagus nerve. So his atlas is out of alignment.
And he's got some down the spine too, like midway down. Like,
yeah,
if you here, I would just touch him and we'd click it back into place.
Oh, let's just do that. Let's do that. Actually, I don't have my skeletal framework, but I know exactly what you're talking about. So here you are. We're going to do an adjustment. This is we're going to take a pencil right here, okay, and we're going to take my my stapler is my okay. So I'm just going to focus in there. So I just want you to scan down his body, and when you're there, tell me when you're there.
Okay. So I'm going to start at at the mouth of God.
Yeah.
Right there.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust it. So here goes. So stand by for adjustment. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. Good.
All right, well, just going to tune in there. Take a look. All right, so let us know whether you should have within the next
it feels
3 to 5 minutes, the tingling should stop in your hand as the blood begins to flow correctly.
Mm-hmm. No, it feels better already. I can tell.
All right, so keep us up to date on that one. So thank you. So that was a chiropractic adjustment using a pencil and a stapler, and Laura.
And me, right. What's the root cause of the weak and arthritic feeling? Oops. No, that we just did. What's the root cause of pain in the heart area when I see or hear a glass or object fall off a table? Example, a spoon or plate fall off the ground or a glass shattering. Well, it sounds like his adrenals are way off, which would definitely be that vagus.
Yeah, he's have hypersensitive ears. But I guess something even stranger, it has to do with something, some trauma that you have associated with that sound that you picked up either when you were a kid, a child, or something. I don't know, maybe it was something when maybe as a young kid you dropped a glass, it shattered on the floor, and you got spanked or you got yelled at or you got something like that. That's sort of the impression I get, that somehow that get locked into the sound it triggers you that into that endless loop of that. It's not a huge trauma, but a mild trauma. So that's what I'm getting. You get anything, Laura?
That I agree with you on that, because when I felt very compassionate for him when you said that about his childhood. He said his hands feel better, back felt cool, and he's grateful.
Great. So let us know about whether. So let's just go in and let me just ask about that glass thing. So is this trauma induced? And yes, and it is. I think it's about age 4. So I'm just going to check 1, 2, 3. So about age 4, something happened that, and it doesn't matter what it is, we'll just take it out. So we would take out this way. So Tyson Bannigan, and I am present with Sister Divine Creator, Divine Mother, Father, remove all induced trauma from any and all sources known or unknown from everybody on this call or listening to this call, particularly around the ages of 0 to 7. And we clear it through the matriarchal and patriarchal lineage for any bleed through and through past life, this life, and future lives. And I think that will do it. And I declare it so be it. It is done. Thank you. So let me just tune into that. Yeah, and it's really good to learn how to do this on your own. And these statements are really straightforward and simple. There's nothing fantastically complicated about them. The wording is on the back of the deep clearing protocol. It's called the short clearing. It's sort of like a shotgun approach to the particular problem with using a scope. You're just zeroing in on what it is that you want to clear. And the wording is such that it's open bracket. You just do see the words, stick in what you want to clear in the brackets and carry on, and boom, it's done. We also then want to install something after that. So Laura, last time I asked you and you weren't ready, but maybe you're ready this time. So Laura, what would you install?
What would I install? Oh, you're putting me on the spot. You're a better installer than I am.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Everybody's a good installer.
Oh, so, I'm not. I'd have to grab my.
No, you don't have to. I mean, the base when installing, you always want to install what you know that you'd want. So here's what I would like to install. So in my I am presence, install that I have clear guidance. I like clear guidance. Okay. I like to be in the right place at the right time for the right experience. Right. I like it to be effortless. I like to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I like to have more fun and joy and gratitude in my life. So it's sort of like baking a cake. What do you want to put in your recipe? If you could wave a magic wand and anything and everything were possible, which of course it is, what do you want? And if you focus on what you want, guess what? It gets delivered to you. But if you don't focus on what you want, and you're always grumbling about what you don't want, oh, I heard, then that's what you're going to get, more of that. So we want you to be really careful about clearing what you don't want and asking for what you do want. It's sort of like ordering pizza. You can't sort of just order a pizza by just saying, hey, I want a pizza, and expecting it to be delivered to your house. You got to phone, ask, and you got to tell them what you want on your pizza. Otherwise, they don't know what to deliver. So you got to be really clear what sort of toppings you want on pizza. So you got to be really clear what you want delivered to you when you do your invocation. Oh, here we go, phone call. All right, this is from Denver, Colorado. Hello, you're on the Wellness Show. Hello. Hi, you're on the Wellness Show. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody out there?
Hi.
Hi, there you are. All right, you're on.
This is Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. So what's up?
Okay, help me out here.
All right.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So what's up?
Nobody else is there?
Oh yeah, there's Laura's here and I'm here, and there's people coming in and asking questions by typing them in. So yes. So you got a question?
Yes, I needed I would like to know what can stop my self-doubt and how I can clear any family problems.
Great. Okay, so self-doubt. Self-doubt comes because you don't rely on or trust your guidance. So if you were able to have good, clear guidance from source, would there be anything that you could doubt?
I don't know. What could I doubt?
You couldn't doubt anything. I can hear myself in the back, so could you turn down your
you want me
speaker?
to turn that off?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So the question is, if you got clear guidance from source or from God, how could you doubt yourself?
Well, because I don't know that there's clear guidance.
Well, there, okay. So then the solution would be then, if we could get you clear guidance and you could trust it, could you agree that then there's nothing to doubt?
Yes.
All right. So then we need to teach you how to get clear guidance. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. So what you need to do is get out of your own way, because we're all connected to source, always have been and always will be. So the only thing that's in the way is ourselves. So I suggest, if you haven't already heard about it, do a deep clearing protocol. And why do I suggest you do that? Because it clears out of the way what's in the way, which is doubt, fear, all those things of human emotions that we have that are really in the way of us being connected to source. Once we get that out of the way, then we have clear guidance that we can trust. Then we have no doubt, because if we have any doubt, it means that we haven't asked. And when we ask, we receive. So, I'm learning how to do this myself, because we're so ingrained with our human mind consciousness that we have to think and we have to do in order to succeed. And really, we have to be still and ask and receive guidance and follow it. And that's how things work. The other is really like sticking a stick in a bucket of mud and expecting something to really fantastically come out, because your brain's going around like a stick in the mud trying to make clear water, and there's nothing clear about it. The brain keeps working overtime and you get exhausted. Whereas you go to guidance and you stop stirring the stick, you don't muck with the water goes clear. You see yourself, you see your reflection, you see your connection to source, and you get the answer. No fuss, no muss. It really is that simple. The difficult thing is to get out of the way. So I really suggest that you talk to Laura after the show and get signed up to take the deep clearing protocol. It costs $25. It's really good if you do it with a coach, because you'll do it faster and quicker, and to move through that. And you'll find yourself having a lot more energy, a lot more clear in 7 days. And then we have you cut down the list. It's about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to do it. And after 7 days, it gets shorter and shorter. So Laura, what happened for you when you did this? Can you give her a bit of a sense?
Absolutely. I was completely scattered and afraid, fearful all the time. I had a hard time getting out of bed. And then Tyson and I did the deep cleaning protocol, and immediately I felt a difference. And clearer head, I had more energy. I had amazing outward, how do I say this? Like outward, like my whole physical being changed from it. It like cleared out whatever it was that was in my aura that was holding me back, that had been like weighing me down as such. Does that make sense?
Did you hear that? Yeah. So it's really just a way to help yourself to get out of the way, out of your own way. So that's what's exciting about it. Like, you get to be the one in control, right?
And God, I think, shows up a lot clearer for me now. I get much, much clearer answers.
So that's what we suggest. So that's the way to get started on this, and that way you won't have any doubt, and that will keep you on the straight and narrow, so to speak. And so that the more you do this, the more confidence you have, because the more you test it, the more you know you can rely on guidance. and it's there when you need it, even the most difficult times. And by, working with us, it's like becoming part of a community. There's always somebody you can reach out to help you if you get stuck or lower a rope down in that deep hole that you've maybe got yourself into. So having a group of like-minded people is extremely valuable in these times of change and transformation. And being honest with you, if we think it's difficult now, without doing this work, it's going to be even more difficult. There's just so much stuff happening on the planet that scares people, like the coronavirus and all of the things that are going on just create a lot of tension and doubt and fear, and most people don't know what to do with it, and this helps you deal with it. So it's take back your personal power, stand in your truth no matter what, and really become unshakable no matter what's happening around you. So hopefully that will help you.
We have lots of questions here.
All right, so we're going to move on. Thanks for phoning in, much appreciated. Don't forget to do the deep clearing protocol. In 21 days, you're going to feel so much better. So bye for now. All right, thanks for phoning in. And the next question, Laura?
A few days ago, did the 21 deep cleaning protocol. Would love to have you scan me for the lower back and disc leaking after an accident. That's Louise Peterson. Louis, L-U-I-S, Peterson.
All right, so is it on the left-hand side?
Yes, I think so. I feel like it is.
All right, so let's go in. So I'm just going to do a little bit of work on that right now. So without further ado, we're just going to unzip that part of the spine. We're going to go in and take a look at it. It really is on the left side. It's pretty mucked up in the lower back there.
Yeah.
Let me just take a look around in there. Well, let's bring down that hose of nice creamy white bright light, and we're just going to hose her down. We're going to hose down the left side. There's about 6 vertebrae there that and they're misaligned, so I'm just going to bring in a little airbag compressor, and I'm just pumping up the gap between the vertebrae so that they're not rubbing against each other. So I'm just going to pump that and pump the next one. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're just going to push that over. So it's going to do a little tap here.
His hips.
Okay.
I'll just do it. I'll do my side. You do your side. I'll do the hips.
Okay, great. All right, so let's just check in there. So yeah, I can see why there's been a problem. It might be good to get the chiropractor, not just to get you in, but he's going to give you some exercises to strengthen that part of your body so it can maintain, because those muscles are very weak. We put them back in, but the muscles aren't strong enough right now because of the trauma to hold it. But let's take the trauma out. So I'm going to spin the trauma out. A lot of what happens is in trauma is the energy still there, like there's no past, present, and future. So the moment of the accident, whatever happened, smacked in, and that energy is still going in like this, right? And when that energy is pushing in, it can't heal. So if we spin it back out, so we'll do that right now with my finger, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. Now it gives a breathing room for those, everything to readjust and realign, because that pressure isn't keeping it in its incorrect alignment. So we're just going to let that.
Good job, Ty. I can see it moving.
Mellow out there. Yeah, I'm feeling it in my hand.
Yeah, my
so
head.
It's just coming back into alignment. Okay, so now we're just going to see, go check back in there. It looks pretty clean. I just want to vacuum anything up that's left around, any debris and I think we're good to go. Let me just check in. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. So we're just going to zip that part back up, and we're going to do Shock Array over top, do a little healing closing, and you're done. Thanks for showing up.
He's good. Okay. Lisa Roman is asking, hi all, I get the feeling he may benefit from cranial sacral therapy too. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, cranial therapy,
think
sacral
she's
therapy is
talking-
really, really good.
I think she's talking about our first,
Yeah, your first client.
Yeah.
And another thing you could do is find a bars practitioner. And
Ooh, yeah, there's a good one in Madison here.
yeah, and I'm trained in that as well. And
Oh,
yeah.
good. Tyson, then.
So it's hard to do it at a distance, but there's no reason why you can't. Yeah, let me think about that in the future. I'm gonna think about running some other bars. I can do that at a distance. There's no reason why I can't do that. Right now, I'm thinking about either side of your lobe and taking out the programming. I can't remember what that particular point is called. I'll have to go find my charts, but I'm going to do it right now. It's right beside your temples, and I'm just going to clear them out right now by holding my fingers there until the energy dissipates. So just give me a sec here. Ooh, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that cleared really quick.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, so I think craniosacral, I think that you're absolutely right. I think that when I tune into that, the plates are locked up. So a little craniosacral to help the plates realign would help, okay, in the skull.
So they can go on and on the webpage and sign up for a time to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm
So-
wanting to go in and do that right now, but I suppose we should move on to somebody else.
You said felt energy moving. That's cool. That's what
Right, great. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that anyway. So I'm just gonna remove your plates. You're
Mhm.
just and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that carry on by the guys upstairs can carry on that while we move on.
Okay, so Michelle Montgomery would like to know, why do loud noises like loud talking, laughing for long periods of time, or high pitches of noise make me want to jump out of my skin and really irritable?
Well, I think first of all, you're an empath. So I think that you're highly sensitive to
She's on
noises that startle you.
the deep cleaning protocol, just so you know, because I know her.
Right.
And she's got a lot of medical issues that aren't clearing up.
All right. So yeah, so the trauma is there's a lot of trauma going on. You're like on hypervigilant alert. So I would ask you, what happened in your life that puts you on high alert? Like it's almost like, the cowboy in the Western, that he always chooses the seat in the saloon where he's got his back against the wall and can watch whoever comes through the front door. And he's got a 6-gun underneath the table and he's always on high alert. That's you, the picture I get of you. Like, who are you wanting to shoot and who are you scared of? And if we can figure that out, we can have you relax.
I love you, Ty, because she loves Westerns. Her and her dad are like huge Western fans. So the fact that you just said that, I love how your head works. This is exactly. You're like spot on with her. Yep.
So yeah, so what is it you're scared of? Can we figure that out? And because that will help, because it's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. But the problem is with waiting for the other shoe to drop, that shoe's going to drop sooner or later because you're setting up the energetic environment for the next shoe to drop, if that makes sense. So if you're on hyper alert, waiting for the gunslinger to come through the door, guess what? You're creating the gunslinger to come through the door. It's like you're putting out, you're putting out a telegram saying, "All right, gunslinger, come. I'm ready for you." Right?
Vagus nerve. That's
exactly. So the vagus nerve is really trapped as well. So let's just relieve that. So I'm just going to do. So I'm going to just go to the back of your head. So I'm just going to take your head and push it forward about like 3/4 of an inch, and I'm putting my 3 fingers right behind your skull, and it's going to pull your head back. So it's touching those 3 fingers that form a triangle. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure there, and I'm just going to ask for release there. Yeah. This is right at the vagus nerve, right actually at the atlas, or at the base of the skull. It's called the mouth of God. That's where all the trauma gets locked in, multi-generational. and past life, all those times that
There
we
it
got
goes.
freaked out and hung, drawn, and quartered for being an empath. Okay, let me just pull it off now. I'm gonna take the energy out. Okay, I'm just gonna tune in.
I want to know, did she lose some teeth too?
What's that?
I want to know if she lost some teeth too, Michelle. Did you lose some teeth? Did you get some teeth pulled recently? Or at any time? Like, there's like, I feel like there's a meridian that's like going up and around and down that's not.
Well, let's do that. I mean, that brings something up that I've never thought of before. So thanks for bringing up. So let's, every teeth that are been pulled out of your skull, or every implant that you've decided to do, or every root canal that you
She
signed
said
up
no.
for.
She said no. I wonder if there's something else, if maybe a root canal then, or something that's been done.
How about teeth pulled?
She has no. Maybe it's just maybe she needs to get some teeth pulled.
No, I mean, I would really encourage people not to get teeth pulled. I mean, I've got teeth pulled too, but it's better if we can go in and do the corrective. So let's just do that. Let's go just do this. So I'm going to do a clearing for everybody's teeth. Okay. So I, Tyson Bannigan, in my I am presence, spinning my pendulum counterclockwise with assistance of Divine Mother, Divine Father, and the source that all that is, clear the meridians of all the, for everybody on this call or listening to this call, we cleaned all the meridians connected to all the teeth and all the organs in the body. And we clear them out of any trauma, any unresolved conflict or core fractures. And we also energetically replace all the teeth that have been pulled or that are damaged. And we put them back on the energetic level according to the original divine blueprint for that individual. So all of the meridians are fully functioning at 100%, even though the teeth may not be there or may not be there.
Yeah.
We also neutralize and cauterize and transform any fillings that are inappropriate, that have any mercury, so that the mercury is literally encased and cannot leak into the body. But if you do have mercury, please go get it. Mercury filling, please get it. Then change. And we also taking away any non-venomous energies that are attached to any posts that are used to attach the implants to the jaw, because they act as radio transmitters and receivers. We clear the whole mouth of any and all trauma now and in the future. We clear all the meridian lines. Let's go all the way down the meridian lines for everybody, and all scars or any inhibiting of the scars. Hot wire over that so that the meridians are fully functioning for everybody, which will bring everybody out of stress and duress and fight and flight. So I'm just going to let that happen here. It'll take a little bit more. Well, I don't know whose hands were tingling before, but mine are tingling now. So let me just check in, see how we're doing. So that should be good. So that everybody should notice some shifts in energy that happen from that. For me, it's like somebody turned the lights up on a rheostat.
She did have her wisdom teeth pulled out, so that's what I'm feeling. Like there's a lot of like that opened that up. So thank you. Yeah,
I've always wondered about this, and I'm no dentist, so and I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just an empath. But they call it wisdom teeth. So why are we pulling out wisdom teeth? Yeah, there's crowded jaws, and there's this.
Mine had to come out. It was wiggling.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, even so, I mean, even that could be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Energetically. So I don't know why we pull out wisdom teeth. I don't know what the belief is. I mean, is it that God didn't know how to do our mouth right? Now, having said that, there's a Price's book about the jaws. And he's done research around the planet. And my partner, Sarah, did a lot of research around this and has read his book. I've sort of scanned his book. All the indigenous people had wide jaws and beautiful teeth, right? And what happens is when they get on a white man's diet with sugar and white bread, their mouth shrinks up and their teeth get infected and they have all sorts of cavities. And that literally their whole skull structure of their mouth and jaws changes.
Yeah.
There's enough evidence of that. So it's important to think about your diet when it comes to your teeth, right?
Mhm.
That's sugar, things like you wouldn't imagine, which are really not good for you, like orange juices and citric juices, because they say it's pure juice, but mostly it's got tons of sugar in there and water added. So if you're going to drink juices, make sure they're as pure as possible and with no additives. Anyway, I could go on about food, and food is really, really critical and important, right? About all of what we're talking about. And if you want to know more about that, you can tune in to Take Back Your Personal Power, which is the third level of the deep clearing protocol, which I'm working on revamping now, which goes into diet and goes into blessing water. It goes into structural adjustment by doing gym or doing the Tibetan rites. How the things keep you grounded and keep you healthy and keep your circulation maintained. So maintaining your body is really important. But teeth is something that we just have a strange attitude to teeth about. We either pull them or fill them or I don't know. It's just a crazy way of looking at it. And I have a opinion that there won't be too long before we will be able to actually regrow our teeth and regrow our.
Amen for that. Let's hope for that.
And I know we're not there, but if reptiles can regrow tails, why can't we? I mean, I don't want a tail, but I wouldn't mind better teeth. So
Exactly.
anyway, something to think about. I mean, there's books on how to do that. So there are people that really truly believe that, that have been able to have some success. I don't know if there's any evidence to support that or not. I know they're coming out with new enamels that are like our own enamel, but they can eject into the teeth. But I know that from what little I've read, and sorry, dentists, that when you have teeth done like a root canal, it always will be having poisons in your system. There's no way that they can clean it out. So that's not a good thing to do. It's better to have them pulled than doing a root canal. Now, a dentist would, I'm sorry for the dentist, because that means that they'll have less therapy and trips, but that's the way it is. So anyway, be careful about root canals. Do your own research. Like I say, these are only my personal opinions. I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I'm only an empath. I can only say what I've learned and what I feel is right. And I always suggest you check it out for yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, another one.
Yeah.
So Heather Wallace has been working on the clearing every day, but still struggling with anxiety in the work site. Do I need to go back to school at 45? I hear no.
All right. So
What do you hear?
well, does she need to go back to school at 45 because she doesn't like the job she has, or she really wants to go back to school, or what's going on? And what would it be like if we could clear up her workplace? How would that help her?
Exactly. Or just getting a different job.
Or getting a high-paid job where she's recognized. So let me look at the toxicity of her job site right now. So if a scale of 100 would be ideal and perfect, her job site is highly, highly, highly toxic, like 75% toxic. So I would suggest if she's doing the deep clearing, that she says, every time I clear myself, I clear my place of work.
Oh, I'll work with her on that.
And so I wouldn't be doing anything that I wasn't clearing her workplace 24/7, 365. I would put it on a radionics broadcaster. I would do whatever I could. I would buy
might-
orgonite and I take orgonite to put it underneath my desk. I would wear orgonite in my pockets. I would program crystals to wear. I would, I would do a whole sorts of different stuff.
I'm going to have her set up an appointment with you.
That's what I would do. And I would put it in a court of atonement so that it could be worked at the other level. Yourself and your co-workers, your boss, the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put it in a court of atonement. And if you really, really, that's not where you want to work, then let's put in the intention, and Laura can help you do that, or I can help you do that, where you change your vibrational frequency so you attract the ideal job for you, which probably is better than doing all the rest. But the nice thing about doing the rest is you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it, everybody in that whole office or in that workplace is going to benefit from it, right?
Exactly.
I mean, let's clean up all the toxic workplaces on the planet. Why not?
Exactly. Okay, here's another question from Lisa Roman. Hi all, Laura helps me with lots of issues. I've always thought my fight or flight adrenal system is the root of much of my healing or health troubles. And my chiropractor says my atlas and axis are always out of alignment. Can I ask you to please do a quick check of that area? Much thanks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not I'm not a doctor, I'm only an empath, but for structural readjustment, I really suggest the weights and doing that with some proper guidance. And it's not cheap, but it's worth it to have somebody who knows how to do it. So I'll just tell you, one of the things I'm doing is I'm on a flat bench and I'm taking 30 pounds over my head. So I'm like this with 30 pounds and I'm bringing it up over my chest with my arms like that. That's a fair amount of weight, and I'm about to go to 40. When I do that, I can literally, if my neck's out, it will go clunk. It will put it back into alignment. So what I'm saying is there's something about weights and the human body that helps the body realign back to its original structure. So it can do everything by realign scoliosis. It can do all sorts of things. Now there's other techniques, but there's something about physical weight training for structural readjustment, which is very effective. We could also do a session and do some of Harold McCoy's. We could go in there and see if we can realign that part of the spine. Basically, the muscles are not strong enough. So what's happening is a chiropractor is putting it in, but you're doing nothing structurally or physiologically to strengthen the muscles to keep it in alignment. So that's what we need to work on. So
wonderful. I agree.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the white light or that white stuff in there too. I can work on that later for her.
Yeah, I want to go in there and I mean, I'm already in there. Let's face it, I can't help it. I'm already in there. And what I'm doing is I'm on the left side of the neck and I'm strengthening all the muscles that are running down this side of the neck here, right? And I'm strengthening all those on the left-hand side. And it's allowing that bone to go back, those bones to realign in the neck. And there should be enough strength in there. And, I would suggest you take your left hand and bring it down your neck and just rub that and love that muscle and allow that feeling, how good it feels to rub your neck like that, and talk to your bones about being in the right place and your neck being strong enough. So look at this. I mean, look at the expression we use, like sticking your neck out. Why are you afraid of sticking your neck out? That's what I'm getting.
So that's so true. There you go.
So what's so scared? Like, are you scared at work? Like do you feel threatened? Do you feel that you can't stand up for yourself? Do you need to tell your boss to go take a flying leap? Or what is it that, like, when I think about that, I feel like there's some sort of something in the way of you being who you be.
Yeah. And yeah. Yeah, we should probably do a session.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, next.
You know, Wendy Raymond has, I have a serious problem chewing ice and am I trying to numb something? I think ice chewing is a lack of iron, correct? In the blood?
Ice chewing, like chewing on ice?
Mhm.
Why would anybody chew on ice?
I have a lot. I know lots of people who do it. I think I think it has to do with iron, and I also think
Have you ever heard about chewing on ice?
I know people that used to do it. but
You do? What's
Yeah.
your intuition
I
on that?
don't know.
You don't know? All right.
It's crazy.
Well, I know that, most of us, the research that Sarah's been doing, iron deficiency is really quite serious for a lot of us, right?
mhm.
So, and there's only certain types of iron that the body can handle, right? Like, take
Well,
it off-
I used to be anemic all the time until I started using cast iron pan to cook in, and now I don't have any problems at all.
Right.
That
Get it from food.
Yeah, you can get it from food, but it just has to be the right foods. So let me just see, in her particular case, it is a her, right? Is
Yeah,
it a
it's
her?
Wendy Raymond. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna see, is there an iron deficiency? Yes, so. So if you were to take it in a liquid form, so if you went and dowsed in where you're gonna buy it and you choose the one that has an energy about it, it would be something like, I get about like 3 drops, but read the label and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's an iron deficiency.
I also see there's this thing that I can talk to her too about getting that is for the gut, and it adds mucus, like this mucus thing on our intestines, and it helps with digestion. I'm seeing that as well. Glutamate, I think, or
The glutamate would be
Yeah.
good. Yeah, let me just check out something here. So the alignment between the brain and the gut and the heart, which are your three brain systems, right? On a scale of 0 to 100, they're communicating at about 75%. So 25% of the messaging, and it's really in your gut. So there's trouble with your gut
Mhm.
and the flora and the fauna in your gut. Maybe acidophilus would help from a yogurt with acidophilus. But your gut is toxic, and that's adversely affecting your whole system. So let me just see whether so is the gut affected by, so yeah, so you have parasites. So that's the toxics from parasites. And that's a whole nother area of working on, is that we can help you figure out which parasites and what the protocol would be to take care of them. And by the way, the latest research and what we're doing, I'll just check in because I don't want to exaggerate. So it's 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. So is that too high? So let's do 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. So almost 3/4 of the population has, and globally has, parasites. I mean, they're much more prevalent than we've ever thought they are. And they get and most doctors don't test for them. They test for the symptoms that come from parasites, which really mimic all the major diseases and disorders and inflammations and whatnot we have in the body.
But those are easy to get rid of too.
Yeah, it's a pretty steady thing. It's usually, again, 21 days or longer to do that whole thing. Like the coronavirus, you got to do something consistently for a period of time because the eggs are hatching at a certain cycle, usually around every 7 days. And most of the treatments are dealing with the eggs, not with the living entities, although some of the treatments will. So you have to do that through a number of different cycles. So 3 cycles is 21 days at the bare minimum, right? To knock it down. And ideally, if you did it for 3 months, so 3 cycles, that's 9, and that would be really make sure that you're cleaned out. And so doing that once a year or twice a year like a spring cleanse would be really, really good. Now, this is more important if you're a meat eater. If you're a meat eater, you've got all sorts of flukes and stuff from improperly cooked food. And yeah, it's all throughout all the different types of meats that you have, all have parasites in them, right? So more prevalent that way. But you can also get them from your dog and cat that you love dearly. So
So we got another really cool question.
all right, another cool question.
It says, Lorraine Caines, hello, I've worked with Laura and I've also been doing the clearing, but I keep seeing orbits, flickering, floating lights. I act as if I don't see it, but what is it?
Yeah, well, orbs are living intelligence. So so I would talk to them. I would say, who are you and what are you doing here and what would you like to convey to me? That's what I do. I mean, orbs showing up can be pretty cool. I mean, if you feel comfortable, they don't give you the heebie-jeebies, then
Right.
then if they give you heebie-jeebies, you don't want them around. But yeah, we did a whole workshop in which he is actually part of the Catholic Church and used to work at the high level. Now he's into orbs and he has a camera that he takes that he can show orbs. And he just say, okay, I'm going to be out in my front yard at 5 o'clock or whatever. And he's told, take a picture here, take a picture there. And there's orbs everywhere. And pictures like when I'm presenting Dowsing, the orbs are everywhere. Like it's like they want to come and learn too. So, you know, wherever I am, I know there's orbs and they're picked up by certain cameras, right? So, yeah, so I think if the orb feels comfortable, then it's an intelligence and, you know, it doesn't need a body. So that just has a blue light or a red light and or whatever. Yeah, so there's lots of orbs around where I live in one of the canyons where there's a waterfall. There's really amazing orbs. They look like little saturns. They have a ring around them. And then in the creek just next to me, the lady has incredible pictures of red orbs, huge red orbs in the creek. So yeah, I'm sort of, I like orbs. Orbs are
They're
intelligence that come from different dimensions and want to convey messages to me.
And she's opening up and that's super exciting as well.
Yeah, so go for it, yeah.
Now we have a question. Ozge, I know it's Ozge.
Yes,
He's been on the show for a long time, so she has a few questions I really want to get to.
All right, let's get to them.
What is the root cause of the pain or burning sensation on my upper back left side? It comes and goes. And and then there's another question. What should we clear step by step for a person who talks about suicide a lot? Entities, cords, contracts, inherited energies, imbalances, anything else? I think that would be on a person by person basis.
Okay, well, let's do that with the first one. So the first one again?
I have a question on what's the root cause of the pain or burning sensation on my upper back left side. She's got some stuff out of whack.
Upper left-hand side, a burning sensation, I think it's inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
I would, when I'm tuning into it, I think you're dehydrated. Okay, so drink more water. And is that her?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we just talked about the 995 and 997 on your water bottle and programming your water bottle to flush out your kidneys. So you need to be drinking at least 5 to 6 glasses, 8-ounce glasses of programmed water at least a day. And if you can handle it, even more. There's something strange that happens, and I have to really train myself to drink more too. Basically, if you're dehydrated and you start drinking water, you will be in the bathroom continuously and you'll think, well, this is getting nowhere. I'm just drinking more water and all I'm doing is peeing it out. But your body is so wanting that water that it keeps flushing the toxins that it hasn't been able to flush because there wasn't enough water. And after a day or two, then when you drink a lot more water, the body will hit a homeostasis and you won't be peeing as much. And at that time, you know that you're hydrated and you can then figure out how many ideal glasses of water you should be drinking. But certainly it's somewhere around 5 to 6. Now, I have a friend who cured multiple diseases and disorders by doing a what was it? What did he call it? Anyway, it's a water prescription, and he was drinking a gallon of water every morning.
Oh, yeah. I just heard about this.
And I just talked to him about a month ago, and I asked him, hey, are you still doing that? And he said, absolutely. And he's just about ready to get his book published on this. So it's, yeah, it literally flushed out of his system some of the major diseases and disorders he had by using just pure water. So in my world, from my limited knowledge, water is the most amazing medicine. Programmed water is the most amazing medicine that you could ever create for yourself. And basically, in my world, it will heal absolutely everything.
I agree.
Because guess what? Most of you are, of all of us, is 60 to 70% water anyway. So think about it. When you program water, you're programming that intention that gets into every cell and hydrates it, flushes out the toxics, and puts that intention into the cellular level. Can you name any other thing that you could possibly do that would have the same effect as that? I can't. So think about it. Programming water with clear intentions is the quickest way to heal yourself.
Water is amazing.
Water is amazing.
Yes.
All right, so next one.
We have one asking about a dog. She wants to know if her dog, Lacey, really has arthritis or if there's something else going on.
Yeah, so arthritis, and the dog is getting older and it's in discomfort. So I want you to go get CBD. How do you say that?
CBD oil.
Oil, and get the one for pet, and which I've used with my cat. It brought her out of really intense trauma, and she's now my regular cat and running along like a crazy cat. Also, I suggest salmon oil, and we're every other time we feed her, it's either salmon oil or it's the oil. That will help the joints. It will mellow the dog out. The dog will act like it's like a puppy. So highly recommended, and it will deal with the inflammation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
and why not charge the dog's energy in the water in his bowl? So it's just say this water that this dog is drinking deals with inflammation and restores body and body, and gives it flexibility and strengthens its muscles and whatever the list is that you want to program it with.
Exactly. All right. I don't think we have any more questions, but we are at the top of the hour. So is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I see it says compulsive ice eating is often associated with a common type of anemia called iron deficiency anemia. That's you, right? Saying that? Yeah. So that's in the comments section.
Oh, that was Ozge. What causes compulsive ice chewing? Yeah. So, which is what we were talking about.
Right.
Hold on just a second. Let me make sure that I got all of them today.
So while you're looking, I just let everybody know that at the end of, I think it's on the 28th and 29th of March, I will be in Sedona doing a 2-day workshop with Tony Corey. And we're going to be, the first day will be on how to dowse, how to use L rods, Y rods, and pendulums. It will be focused on dowsing and energy healing. The second day, we're going to go up to 3 major vortices in the Sedona area, and we're going to do geomantic work, ley lines, energy lines, how to tune into vortices, how to bring them up to stuff, how to clear them, how to attune with them, how to work with them. I'm really excited about that. If you can't be in Sedona, you can join us on Zoom. we're going to be teaching from a major, well, not a major, but a university there that will allow us to be on Zoom. So you can come in, attend the class, and it'll be less expensive for you to do it that way. And then we hope to videotape the day too. So while you won't be watching it live, it will be available to you as a video for the second day. So stay tuned. That marketing will be up fairly soon about that weekend-long workshop in Sedona. So if you can't come to Sedona in person, why not join us in the experience at a distance? High energy place. Why not join us?
It's wonderful. Well, we're at the top of the hour. That was a
All
really
right.
good show. Lots of great questions.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. And yeah, so same time, same place. Did we have all the questions answered? Did you find any more?
There was one more from Eduardo.
All right,
Let's see.
we'll slide one more in.
So many. Hold
Oh,
on. I'm getting there. Here we go. I've successfully used the pendulum for 7 months and muscle testing for 2 years. Is it always necessary to clear the room or property after clearing the negative energy myself? And he just purchased the deep cleaning protocol today. I don't know if you covered this topic, but I'm also interested in how to make a personal energy shield or how to block people's negative energies.
yeah. Well, that's really the same thing as doing the deep clearing. We're raising your energy level and up, and it's less time consuming and less energy draining than creating a white shield or around yourself. I don't say you can't do that, but if you are in your personal power and you're in your body, then you don't need to put your shields up. It's just automatic. This means that anybody who comes into your field really can't penetrate it. So that's much easier than trying to defend yourself. Because
Right.
otherwise you're in a war stance. Now think about it. Would you rather be like this all the time, or would you rather be relaxed?
Mm-hmm. I choose the relaxed part.
Yeah, me too. Ease and grace.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to call this a wrap. If you couldn't get your question answered, you can always send it over to us for next week and we will get it answered. Thanks for showing up. Great questions. I always love it because we both have to tune in. We get to learn new techniques because we're guided on how to do them. And it's a lot of fun for us. It makes us have to stretch and become more telepathic. How about that?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it.
Okay, so until next week, same time, same place. Be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now.
Bye now.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.